a lot of the clients. So that's a little history how I got started with the brand itself. So I'm still going 10 years strong. Now I have my own spot, my own salon, and again, I can't tell you how much this brand has totally changed my life and changed the book and the success rate of the retention and everything of my clients. So let's get into the juice. Follicle filler. Again, follicle filler, it is a two-step rebuilding professional treatment for chemically treated hair, dry, brittle, all things above. The unique thing about this two-step process is it goes all the way into the cortex of the hair. A lot of a lot of treatments that you see on the market today, yes, it goes into the hair, but however, this does linger in the hair up to almost 30 days after usage, after you get your actual service for your client. The filling, so through the filling, the coating, the sealing the molecules of the cells, follicle filler gives the cuticle instant shine and strength. So I have two mannequins here. I've only prepped them with the clarifying shampoo, which you want to start if you're just doing the treatment in itself. But if you're doing a color service, you will want to start with the replenishing shampoo. So we'll get into this, but we're going to start with if you was to do it with the clarifying shampoo. Mind you, this, I have to say again, I've used a plethora of different clarifying shampoos. This is the most hydrating clarifying shampoo you would ever see. I mean, look at this. This is mannequin hair. I didn't put anything in her hair. This is just clarifying shampoo. The clarifying shampoo is so hydrating because you normally think of the clarifying shampoo, you think of, it may dry the hair out, make it really dull, strip. But no, this clarifying shampoo, it is absolutely amazing. I love the clarifying shampoo. And let me just let you see it on the curly hair. Girl, can you all see that? Can everyone see? So she doesn't have any product in her hair. This is literally just prep with clarifying shampoo first and then the follicle filler. These are all, but I'm going to do an actual demo on it. But I just want you to see, like, from the start, this is nothing on here, nothing on her curl. And you see how tight the curl and everything is. Okay, so again, the follicle filler reverses damage for the hair cells, deposits deep moisture into the cortex. It hydrates dry and brittle hair, it strengthens hair within, and it protects your hair for future damages and restores balance and moisture to your protein of your hair. Also, the solution for clients suffering from, if they have lack of luster, hair is really dry, brittle, and we're in the winter season, so I know that you may not get a lot of requests right now for keratins, but honestly, this follicle filler is like my go-to, and it is a great add-on for if you want to do add into your service ticket, whether you're just doing a shampoo and blow dry, or if you're doing a color service, like this is definitely it. And then it also helps with your current clients that do have keratin treatments. This really helps their keratin prolong and stay more hydrated during the time just before they come in for their re-up for their keratin service. Does anybody have any questions before I go forward further in how and why the follicle filler works into the cortex and the hair and the strengthening of it? Any questions? Shelly and Nina, anyone having any questions? No? I'm just reading. Let me look at the chat. Can you all see me? Says someone lost. No, it does not have any formaldehyde in it. This is strictly a treatment. This is not a keratin. This is an aftercare or an actual treatment that you can use after your keratin, or you can use prior to your keratin or pre your keratin. When I say prior or pre, meaning if I was doing this and I knew I had a keratin client coming in, I would do this probably about 2 weeks before, or if I already did a keratin treatment, I would do this 2 weeks after. So especially with 2 weeks after, 2 weeks before, what it does is building up the hair, getting it hydrated. And that's only if you have certain clients that, the integrity really needs the extra help before getting the keratin. And then after the keratin, and you use this after the keratin, this really helps hydrating the hair and helps prolong and actually makes the keratin work even better and sometimes longer as well. So what's in the actual follicle filler? 5 ingredients. There's hyaluronic acid, biotin, lactic acid, collagen, and beta glucan. So with those, a lot of things you kind of hear that's similar in that, besides biotin, is a lot of skincare products, and that goes into a lot with scalp care. So the hyaluronic acid, what does that do for our hair and then just scalp in general? The moisture binding property, what that does is it is beneficial to all hair textures, not just curly, not just tight, not just, highly textured, and not just, super fine blondes, for all textures. It also balances the lipids in your hair, meaning the moisture barriers in your hair. It's a humectant and a protein that creates, healthy hair. It also helps for hydration of the hair and scalp, reduces frizz, and it also fills in the cracks of the porises of the hair shaft. So again, we're building up the hair, getting the hair healthy and everything. So it's not just something you just slap on, and it's certain conditioners that and then your hair feels dry within a couple of days. No, we're going in. We are going in with this. This is definitely about health hair. So it's not just an aesthetic thing, not just a cosmetic thing. We're really talking about mending the hair, which also sets apart for the follicle filler versus other treatments that do so. So the second ingredient is the biotin. The follicle uses B7 to strengthen the hair and stimulates the hair growth. Again, that is B7 for biotin. So the lactic acid, which is one of my favorite ingredients. I mean, if you find a lactic acid in um, any type of hair product, especially this one, along with the other 4 ingredients with lactic acid, this is a really beneficial ingredient. It's amino acids that improve the scalp. It dissolves the dead skin in the cells, and it also produces the perfect balance for new hair growth while providing bounce, and it gives you a little bit of fullness for the hair strand. So what that means is if you have a client that has really fine hair like her hair is not going to lay like flat and greasy to the hair. It's not going to be flat and greasy. And then you have your other girls that have super thick, lustrous, extremely dense hair. It's not going to make their hair like even bigger, but it will support the curl and make it even fuller and bouncier, but not like, super, super big hair. It won't alter it, but it will definitely enhance it. And for collagen, the other ingredient, it helps the axillary matrix of the hair shaft. And for that, it's amino acids found in collagen. They were providing the connective cell restoration. And that what that does is enforces the cells for each other, and it penetrates the cuticle. So it's going into the cuticle, into the actual cortex. And it also, for our more mature clients, it helps their hair appear more youthful. It's not that lackluster look that you get a lot with more mature clients that really want that luster, that natural shine. This is what this is going to do for the collagen. It really does what it says. And for the hair, and it also helps for future damage to cause by a lot of environment stressors. And I mean, depending what type of city you're in, humidity, pollution, the rays of the sun, wind factor, it just all that, it also plays into that as well. And it also, the beta glucan, what that does, that's a sealant. That's the one that locks in the hydration. And it helps prevent the moisture loss. So it's locking in all of the treatment that you just did for the hair. So, 2-3 days later, your hair isn't feeling just as dry as it did before. And that's a whole thing. And it also plays a huge factor for your color clients as well. It keeps the color longer, the shine on the hair, especially for your blondes and your redheads to get a little bit shallow looking or just really dull looking. It really helps for that benefit. Just gonna look at the chat really quick because I know I don't want to bore you guys. I'm gonna see if I'm catching up on any of the questions. I'm sure my girls are taking care. Any other questions? Okay, I'm admitting people in. Is people still coming in? Welcome. Welcome to all the people who are coming in. Just to reiterate that this class is with Lasio, and we are discussing now the follicle filler, the professional treatment. So, what I'm going to do now, I'm gonna wet down half of both of my mannequins here. I'm going to let you see the actual process. Yes, it can be used without a keratin treatment. Yes. I use this on a lot of clients of mine who don't have keratin treatments. I use it on clients who have relaxers. I use it on clients who have perms, as in like thio perms. So yes, it's safe to use on all. Yes. Let's see. What else? How often can it be used? You can use I use it like monthly, or really depending on each case by case for your client. I mean, excessively, you don't, it's not like a every week or every 2 week thing, but monthly will be really good, I would say. Or even if they don't need that much of a treatment, possibly every other week. But I really say monthly will be suffice. It would pretty much meet the standards for that, what your hair needs. Let's see what else. Okay, let's get into the application. So I'm just gonna go it for a second really quick. I'm just gonna wet her down, wet both of these lovely ladies down. I'm gonna do one half. Let me just separate her hair really quick so you guys can see. And then, does anybody on here also do extensions? Because I'm gonna touch on that too. Let's see. Let's see. Does anyone do extensions? So K18 is somewhat different. That's more of a believe it or not, a lot of them have some of the similarities, but that's more of a polypeptide chain treatment. Does the client need a keratin to get all of the benefits? No, they do not. Again, I also use this for clients who do not have a keratin. This is literally a treatment, but it is beneficial for a client who has keratin or who does have any type of chemically treated hair, because again, anything even if it's not chemically treated, our everyday activity stresses the hair, whether it be, heat styling, excessively blow drying, how we everyone puts that top knot on their head and with their hair wet, stretching the hair. It's all type of things, like, because what it is doing, it's reevaluating the hair back to feel of its natural positioning of the hair, whether it's wavy, curly, straight, bone straight, or tight curly. Let's see what else. I would so for any like chemical treatments, I'm gonna just read this question because that's a really good question. For perms, would you wait 2 weeks before after as well? So I would literally treat it as, but the difference is with perms and a keratins do not change the chain of your hair. It's not a permanent chain. Perms do, relaxers do. So yes, I would definitely wait, even more so 2 weeks before or after. I would probably honestly do it depending on the integrity of the hair, probably before it, and I would do a strand test for the perm, but more so yes, and then afterwards, because again, keratins don't change the demographic of the hair. It fades off. That's why a lot of people, right? Now, I mean, to each his own. I also do perm clients as well, and relaxers as well for clients. But again, um, keratins don't change the actual structure of the curl pattern. It doesn't do what perms and relaxers do. So give me 1 second. I'm going to wet them down. So I've got my curly girl, and let me get my baby fine blonde. Okay. So also, when applying this, it is very unique when you're applying the follicle filler to different textures, and I'm going to show you how um, for that. So when using the follicle filler, so it comes with, as you see, a really, really easy pump for you to just easily pump your portion. So I work for myself, so I just pump it right out. But I usually, here in a salon, you can literally just put it in a bowl. And if I do use it in a bowl, I like to use like something like easy, because it glides on like a spatula, will be really easy. And it also causes, um, it keeps down product waste. So, but for demonstration purposes, I'm going to put it in a bowl as if, we were in a salon. So 1 second, I'm just going to pump some in here. Okay, so as you see, I have my follicle filler, the first part of the system here. So I'm going to show you how beautiful this glides on the hair. Also, when I'm combing it through, which you can either use like, you know, your hand or your comb. And again, this is not a chemical, which is, you see, I don't have any gloves on. It's not a chemical. Let me see. Let's see. Yes, it does strengthen the natural texture and enhances, hydrating, low porosity, high porosity, all the above. So you just want to take your, you know, to sections, just as if you was doing any other type of, you know, conditioning treatment. Just have that on there. Just slip that on. Really get it on really good. So I usually like to use, I don't know if you guys know, it's a wow comb. So it has like a little rod in it and it rolls through. So that helps that you're not like getting the product, you're not scraping the product out of the hair. It's literally getting it evenly distributed. And you really want to make sure that this gets into your client's hair. Every strand should be touched with this. All the way down from roots to ends. So you really want to make sure it's nicely and fully covered. Just want to go down to the chat to make sure I'm looking at everything you guys are asking. Question: has anyone ever used the follicle filler that's in the room right now, or you just want to get some like extra clarity on the product, or if you know anyone has used it and have they shared their experience with it? I know, right? I do love this comb. It's everything. I have like a lot of them. It's just, I love doing everything, especially like for treatments like this. Okay, so she's fully coated. So in this, you would put her under a hooded dryer. So I'm gonna act as if I just did a color service for her. So I used, not the clarifying, I'm sorry, the replenishing. This is the replenishing shampoo. So prepped her with the replenishing shampoo. We put the follicle filler cream on her. Let's see, where did my follicle filler cream? The follicle filler cream, right? And now I'm going to do a cap on her under the dryer on low heat, because again, I'm using this scenario as if I did color for her. And she has fine hair and she's a blonde. So low heat, high air. So she's going under the dryer. Okay. So now for my beautiful curly, wavy, textured, coily girls. So with her, I did the clarifying shampoo. Again, this clarifying shampoo, I swear, is like not no like any other clarifying shampoo I've ever tried before. I've been using it again, 10 years strong, and never look back. It is so hydrating and so shiny. Again, I just want you to see her. This is no product whatsoever. That's just the clarifying shampoo. Still strong, soft, shiny, moisturizing, and everything. And like she's already good to go, and we haven't even done a treatment yet. However, so now we're going to do the treatment. Again, I'm doing, excuse me, the cream. I'm going to do the follicle filler Build and Restoring Treatment Cream. So I'm doing this on her first. So for my curly girls, or textured, wavy, coily, this is what you can do. You have two options. Either you can apply like such, like I did, just apply it and get it on really good, like so, root to ends on, well saturated, evenly distributed. So you see curl already popping there. Look at that. You see the definition? Can you guys see? Cool. Okay. So this is the one way you can do it with curly hair. Now, if you really want to go into some curl definition, right? So I'm going to go and take my section. I'm going to two-strand her. I'm going to two-strand twist her. So what is that going to do? I'm sorry. Let someone in. I'm sorry, guys. That is going to define her curl a little bit more while the product is going into the hair that's heat activated. Think about like you doing a two-strand twist, or you're doing a twist, you're diffusing curly hair, and you use like a light curl custard or curl cream in the hair, and you like let it air dry, you let it diffuse it. So this is going to give you like a more defined look, and it's only optional if that's what you want to do for the client. But if you feel like, you know, your client's curls are like they're dropping a little bit, sagging a little bit, they don't feel like their curl definition is popping, yes, you can get it just like this too. But however, if they really need that help, and it doesn't have to be perfect, you just want to just get that two-strand twist in there. The slip is crazy. I mean, I'm telling you, the slip on this product is amazing. And again, you apply it according to the texture and the density of the hair. Like, of course, my blondie is not going to have the same amount of product in it because she doesn't need it. Her hair is finer, but she might need it because her hair might be fine, but her hair might be extremely dense. Okay, so I'm twisting. Okay, she's also going to go under the dryer with a cap. Let me get a cap for her. So this is going under the dryer as well. 20 minutes for both girls. So they're going to share a little peek. I'm going to move them over here really quick while we chat really quick. And I'm just going to put her under the heat with the portion of the hair that I put the treatment on. Okay. So did anyone say that they use extensions? Yes or no? I'm reading the reading you guys chat comments here just to make sure I'm catching up with you guys' questions. Yes, you can use heat lamps as long as you have something heat, because it is heat activated. You need the heat. Yes. Okay, so someone asked, what would you charge for this service? Um, Honestly, it really that's more of a personal thing. So if you want to break it down time wise, so say again, and it's different timing for each client. So for color treated clients, I'll do 15 minutes. Um, that the whole 15 minutes or 20 minutes will complete the service. And if they're like natural girls or like a coarser texture, it may take a little. I may put them under for 20 minutes. So it really depends. Some people, um, depending on, maybe do $1 a minute. So if it takes 30 minutes, $30. Or you may double it up, do $2 per minute, because again, this is a high value service that you can add to your service ticket. And now, right now, um, that is really important in our climate right now, with like how everything is going in the salon, which is why it's extremely important to add an extra valued service to your clients that's really unique, especially if they're already clients that you service already with other services. So it'll be something new. So let me just, for instance, when I first tried the follicle filler, I added into just a standard service, whether doing blow dry, color, or keratin treatment that was returning. And I just, did like, hey, let me offer you, an extra, service, whatever, just know I appreciate you. Um, or I'll just do it and just see, you may want to see a response. And when you come back, they'll give you an honest response, because they're going to ask, what did you do different to my hair? That's every response I got, that when I tried the follicle filler for the first time when they launched. And everything was positive. Like, it was really good. For my keratin clients, they said, like, my keratin is always amazing, but it was just something different about it. It was just like, even like it was just popping. Like, or I had like my curly girls, their hair is always super dry all the time. Wintertime, this is the time. Their hair was more hydrated. Their silk presses last longer. Their blowouts, they didn't have to refresh as much. They didn't have to put as much heat on their hair, because they were well hydrated and they already had the shine, which also means they didn't have to use as much product in their hair. And a lot of clients, as we know, some people love product, but it's a lot of people who don't want to use product. So this is kind of setting up your client that they may not have to use as much as needed. Let me just go back really quickly. I'm just catching up on you guys' questions. I want to make sure that I'm answering everything. Yes, 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 yes. Yes, for a standalone, yes. But when I was saying, like, 35, that's along with something when they're actually getting a service done, when they're already getting color, when they're already getting, something else of chemical. But a standalone, yeah, that's pretty much around, or more. Again, depending on the area of the country you're in, or what you feel comfortable, that you feel charging, and you feel that you will be okay, or your client base will be okay, because it is a very much so added service, and it does what it says, like pretty much everything in Lasio does. Um, Okay, so someone said some may require more product than others, and yes, time, but this sounds like I would mark it as a long lasting deep. Yes, that's exactly what it is for pre or post treatment. Yes, as I reiterate in the beginning of our meeting, yes, we can definitely do something like that, because that's exactly what this is. This isn't like something they can do on their own. This is not something they can go buy in Ulta or Amazon or Sephora. This is a professional only product that only geared for you all to use, for you to man your client base. Yes. Okay, so I'm going to talk about the follicle filler difference, and then I'm going to take the girls out and do the step 2 for you guys. So again, the follicle filler difference, intense deep treatment, intense. So what that means is it's creating a foundation for healthy hair. The follicle filler, it resets and returns back again to a youthful state of vibrancy. Again, besides, no matter what age difference, but we all know that a lot of our more mature clients, again, they're lacking the moisture, the luster. Gray hair clients, oh my God, my gray hair clients, it doesn't matter if they're curly, wavy, straight, they absolutely love the follicle filler treatment because it retains their moisture. That wiry feel, with gray hair, it's wiry. And again, it doesn't even matter with the texture. It's just wiry. And again, it just lacks the luster. It does amazingly. It's not going to change the color of their hair. It's not yellowing or anything like that. And again, for my curly girls, it doesn't matter. Low porosity, high porosity, it doesn't matter. It helps you retain the moisture if you're low porosity. And for the higher porosity ones, it remains open. So it helps you receive the moisture, but not making everything fall flat again. And it gives you that bounce, and it also gives you that fullness too. And also, begin that it is an intense treatment, professional intense treatment for our overprocessed or our damaged color treated clients. The deficiency and the hair, it helps with that for natural protein and moisture in the hair, the natural protein. So it's not going to give you like that waxy feeling to the hair like a lot of protein treatments tend to do. Either you're feeling like really limp and mushy, or it's like if you really it's way too hard. You won't have that issue with this. You really got to get it in your hands and get it on your client to see. Let's see else. So let me just check her really quick. I'll be gonna grab this really quick for you. So that actually, with the girls, I've already pre-treated them because I just want to cut down. I want to make sure you guys really get the time to see in real time. But again, if this was my curly girl, I would have her under the dryer for about 20 minutes on high heat under the dryer. And then for my color treated girls, probably like between 10 to 15 minutes, more so like 15 minutes, I would do it for them, for the hair. So for my blondie here, you do not rinse this out. You keep it on. So this is the first part I did, right? This is on the hair now. So I left it on her for 15 minutes. We're just saying for time's sake, and I did pre-treat them already. 15 minutes. I'm going right after that. And just before you take your cap off, set your dryer to the cool temperature because it's going to get ready to get that cool air to get this last part, which is the sealant for your treatment. Let me just set that really quick. Okay, so it's on cool now. So again, this is not a chemical. There's no formaldehyde. There's no straightening. There's no curling, solution in this product. It is safe to use on color treated, relaxer, perm, and of course keratin, because pretty much this is definitely considered an aftercare treatment for your keratin clients. So you see that? See how shiny, just so glossy. It's not greasy, it's really light. Literally, it's the consistency of water with just a little bit more viscosity than water does have. But The blondes will, I mean, literally like a ray of sunshine. It's so shiny in the hair. Okay, so I sprayed that on her. 2 minutes on cool setting. Okay, so now with my gorgeous curly girl here, again, she was under there for 15 minutes. So again, with the curl, this is the one that I didn't twist. Do you see the definition? If you don't have a stationary dryer, that's a really good question. If you don't have a stationary dryer, or you don't have a heat lamp or rotating lamp or anything else, the best thing to do, honestly, you could literally just maybe triple encapsule them in a bag, but it is heat activated. Or what you could do is maybe triple encapsule them with the plastic cap, and maybe get your diffuser and maybe go at it for maybe five or 10 minutes, and cover your client with these the encapsule caps on, and put some towels over them, because it's literally, you want to get that heat going. So if you know, natural, their natural body heat, but if you can if you can start it a little bit with your diffuser, that can also suffice as well. Let's see. Okay, so you guys see the curl. So this is the curl without the twist. Let's just see. Okay, so again, I am not don't rinse this out. You keep this in. I'm going to go right on top of this. I'm going to go right on top of this with this part two, the sealant. Okay, really get in that hair, really saturate it. And yes, I'm keeping the twist in. I'm keeping the twist in. Make sure it's nicely saturated. Okay, so she's gonna go under. See, okay, can you guys see me? I'm sorry, my camera just went out really quick. Can you guys see me? I don't want to go forward until. Can you guys give me a yes? Yes. Okay, perfect. Okay, I'm gonna rinse. So we're done the whole treatment for her. I've done the treatment, the heat activated 15 minutes with a hood with a cap on under a heated dryer, low heat for color treated hair. And then I took her out. I sprayed the second part of the follicle filler, the sealant, the cool therapy, 2 minutes under the cool dryer. So I'm going to rinse her really quick so you guys can see. And I'm honestly, I'm going to rough dry her a little bit because I really want you to see in real time. I'm not going to use any product on her because I really want you to see what the product can actually do. Okay. Okay. So I'm just gonna rough dry her so you can see it. And let me take my other girl out of the dryer. For quick setting, I'm gonna rinse her too. So what I'm actually gonna do with my curly girl, 2 minutes, just 2 minutes. I'm gonna rinse her with her twist in timid water, not too hot, just timid or cool if they can take it. But the cooler the timid, the better. Um, and I will be right back and let you all see her too. Okay. Before I blow out my blondie, so again, all I did was rinse. I didn't add anything. There's no leave-in in her, no curly cream, nothing. This is just the curl. Can you guys see? Just want to really get in there and make sure you guys see the shine. Okay, so I'm going to unravel the twist. Okay. So, can you guys see that? Sorry, I'm trying to angle it so you guys can see it. Can you guys see it? What do you think? Someone said my hair is thirsty for this product. Yes. And the thirst she'll be quenched for sure. For sure. Okay, so let me diffuse her really quick. Again, I'm not using any product. I really want you guys to see it in real time of what it actually does, because again, anything can look extra really, cute and pretty and everything, using, more style products. So literally, again, with my curly girl, started with a clarifying shampoo, 2 to 3 clarifying shampoos, and then we went right in with the treatment. Step 1 and step 2. So So for my diffuser, again, it's to your own discretion of how you like to use your diffuser with your curls. Some like to use a diffuser, some like to, put you under the dryer. I'm just literally gonna just diffuse her really quick. Just so you can see a little bit. And I actually, if you want to know the setting, I have mine on low heat and high wind capacity. I just want to dry her just a little bit. It doesn't need to be bone dry. I just want to dry her just a little, just to get some of the the moisture off of her. Again, no product added. Let's see what guys are saying. Yes, it's a Dyson. Okay, so really quick, I just want you guys to see. I'm gonna let her just air dry just a little bit more, but I just want you to see like the shine on that. And this is with no product added, just the treatment. So imagine, you guys adding your curly creams or butters or your serums that you use. Like the shine would be absolutely blinding. Like, and we all know how hard it is to get a beautiful natural shine on curly hair because it gets lost in it, whether it be curly, extremely tight, coily, or wavy. But this is the shine. Let's see what you guys are saying. Okay. Okay, so I'm gonna let her marinate over here a little bit. We'll come back to her. Okay, so for my blondie, I'm gonna switch up a little bit for my nozzle. Okay. Just really quickly, just get this. How are you guys liking the product so far? Is anyone any other questions? Please, like, feel free to open up. And we have some team members on the live right now that's open to answer any other questions, and hopefully I'm seeing everything this as well. Yes, and I also use it. Someone said, "Wow, that's amazing. Love how bouncy her hair is, and she needs to get it in her daughter, her 10-year-old." I also have a 10-year-old daughter, and I've been using been using this in her hair since she was, real little. She's 10 now, and I've been using it in her hair for almost like 3 or 4 years now. And her hair is really loose, curly, like even looser than mine. And it's amazing. It's so hydrating. And I also have, other clients that have other textures as well. Work wonders with it. I just want you guys to see. Just want to position her. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna let her other side down that wasn't treated with the follicle filler, just so you can see the difference in the luster and the shine for her hair. Let me see if we got any questions. Okay, I think that's good. Okay, so let me just separate this so you guys can see much better here. Okay, let's see. You guys see that? Her hair is not greasy. It's flowing. It's super light and airy. So again, don't fret. Like, your fine hair clients are going to love it just as much as your extremely clients with more of a denser hair, denser square inch of like amount of hair, and like more coarser texture. Like, this still works very much so for fine hair. And again, I didn't do any back teasing. I didn't put any mousse in her hair. There's no mousse in her hair or anything. And you see, I'm gonna let the other side down so you can see the difference. I want her to stand up a little bit. Okay. Okay. So I just want to, so you guys can see the difference. Okay, so look at that. Gorgeous. For the cool setting, I put her on, you only need 2 minutes for the cool setting. That is the last part of the two-step treatment. That is the last part that is closing the cuticle, shutting the cuticle down, sealing in the treatment in your hair. That's why you don't rinse off the first part of the follicle filler, the rebuilding treatment, which is the cream. So the last part again is the liquid. 2 minutes is all you need. It's not going to work, longer if you leave it on for 2 minutes, 4 minutes, 5 minutes. Like, 2 minutes is literally all. They've done a lot of clinical testing. Like, that's all you need is 2 minutes. And why prolong your service? Like, you guys want to get them in and get them out, right? So again, this is the treated part. Again, I didn't put there's no mousse or anything, but you see how full and bouncy and everything that is? Look at that. Do you see the difference? I'm sorry, I'm trying to angle her so you all can see her better. Okay, and then this is the side that I didn't do anything on. So, it's a little, you can even see like the frizziness on the roots and everything. It looks a little bit drier, a little like stiff versus this side. Let me see what else you guys are asking. Let's see what else. Okay, so let's go to the curly curl. I'm gonna set her here so you guys can still see her. Okay, let's see here. Okay, so for my curly curl, again, look at that curl, look at that pop. So the difference again, underneath, let's clip this. I did 2 parts on this side. So this underneath part, I put the treatment on, but I didn't twist it. So you see it's still very defined, but it's laying a little bit longer in length. There was no twist. versus me doing the twist on the subsection on the top. Turn her this way. You see, there's a lot more like lift, bounce. The curl is more defined. They're both defined, but with the twist, it definitely like set that in place. Let you all see. Can you guys see it? Okay, so again, I want to talk about let's go back to the different treatments that the follicle filler can aid assistance to, or even as a standalone. Now, again, of course, if this is a standalone treatment, of course, please charge accordingly. Like, do not charge as an add-on price. So when people ask how much do you charge, you would charge accordingly if they're only getting this and then a blow dry, because it is the service in itself. However, you can charge differently, as in, subsidize the price if they're getting other things besides just the treatment, meaning this will be an add-on along with color, or a glaze or something like that, or a haircut. Like, you can use this on as an add-on, which again will be to your own discretion of what the price point that you want to do for yourself, depending. Again, you want to charge 50, charge 50. If you want to charge 150, if they're willing to do it and you got it going for like the service, and you provide the visual and the results, then which you will get, honestly, for this, like, then that's exactly what you should do. Again, it's all case by case scenario of what you're comfortable and what the demographic of your client and what they will be able to pay. So again, for the follicle filler for keratin treatments, yes, you can use this. In instances where clients have extremely damaged or fragile hair and they cannot and should not be touched with a flat iron, the follicle filler is the best safe solution to help rebuild, repair, and strengthen it in that case. And again, you could do it a week after the follicle filler. You could do a week after, a week before. That's totally fine to do that. And then after the keratin treatment, again, for clients requiring more moisture after the keratin service due to the same, damage and heat styling and overwashing and just everything they're overdoing with their hair, it asks us to redeposit moisture in their hair and the smoothness, and it elongates their keratin service post keratin. Again, additionally, if you have anything like a special, due to like medical reasons, if they're pregnant, breastfeeding, medical treatment, whatever, it's also safe to do so, because again, it's not chemicals. There's no chemical in it. They can still get the service for the follicle filler. For our color clients, for our colorists on here, it can also be used after the color services. I use the follicle filler a lot after my color services, because again, we're going in with the color, we're going in with the lightener, and what does that do? It's somewhat drying. Even if you have a really good color system, it's still you're changing the demographic and the dynamic of the hair. So what the filler does is it's going to seal in the color, help with the shine and the strengthening for the hair up to 90% compared to the hair that is not treated. 90%. So again, and you see it, you definitely see it. Again, if mannequin hair can be revived, your client will be sitting pretty for sure. And also, when performing your color services with the follicle filler the same day, start with the color service first. Don't do the follicle filler first, because like if any type of color service, you really don't want to agitate the scalp or have blockage or anything in the hair shaft when you're trying to place color in, because it may affect your color service. So you always want to do it after your color service. And for the follicle filler, for the true undertones of color result in more vibrancy, which you do see, because again, there's no oxidating with the follicle filler. It won't strip your color. It will not strip your color. Your color won't fade. If you put a beautiful, vibrant color, like our coppers, our red, copper's really big right now, red, vibrant, your fashion colors, like this is amazing. A lot of um, fantasy colorists or just in general that do high-end color, they love the follicle filler for that reason for their clients. But generally it should last, for the process needed for toners and everything. After that, again, I would use it last after everything. Let's see here, what do you all have? Anything? Let's see who's on here. Let's see. I want to talk to my team. Team, how much time? I hope I'm not running over. Let's see. Nina, Shelly, how am I doing on time? Let's see. So I want to look at the chat. I want to make sure. I also forgot to ask you guys, where you're chiming in from. I'm in Washington D.C. But again, with them, okay, wait a minute. Let me see what else someone just came up. Where you guys chiming in from? Okay, Callie. Oh God, I hope everything's. Are you okay in the area? I hope you're okay and your family's okay. I just want to see what you guys are. I'm glad that you feel more confident to use the follicle filler now. I mean, because honestly, it is a very effective product, and it is very not complicated at all. And especially if you're already um, into health hair, like this is going to definitely aid you. So we talked about our girls here. I want to talk about extensions. And yes, I did mention extensions. So I do a lot of extensions, and also my client base is extremely international, intertextural. I do a lot of textures, all women of all nationalities, which is another reason why, again, I said from the beginning of the meeting when I first ran into the company of Lasio at a trade show, that's exactly what they also showed for their demonstration. They had women and men of different international ethnicities and hair textures, and that literally matched my brand because all are welcome in my chair, all textures are welcome in my chair. And this company has proven time in and time out that that is definitely their motto as well, is to that all are welcome, all textures are welcome and will be serviced. So on that note, let's talk about some extensions. So, um, another way I incorporate this into my services with my clients, especially extension clients, is I pre treat a lot of my extensions with the follicle filler. Sometimes even keratin, but we're talking about follicle filler. But with the follicle filler, I also treat a lot of my extensions mainly because With your extensions anyway, when you first get them, you want to make sure they're properly cleansed before services anyway. And I always, 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 always go to my tried and true, my most favorite clarifying shampoo. Again, because I know it's not going to make the hair ratty. It's not going to make it dull. It's not going to make it dry, hard to detangle. Because sometimes, you get clarifying shampoos. It's extremely drying in the hair. So I want to show you a couple of different textures. So with all of these, I pre-treated, first shampooed with the clarifying shampoo, and then I followed after with the same type of steps that I did for you all just now in the mannequins for the extensions. So again, as you see, these are all different textures and different colors and color treated. All of these are done with follicle filler the exact same way. Nothing has been altered, nothing has faded. If anything, it is enhanced and it actually really helps. Well, let me just first say this. Good quality is really important as well for hair extensions. So let's start with that first. But even so, starting with good quality extensions, why not have a product that's going to take your service to the next level, even more so for your clients? And extensions, as we know, is a luxury. It's a luxury service, and we want to make sure that our clients are getting the best out of the service. And so this is why I pretty much definitely do not start a extension service without using a follicle filler first. Let's see. Mm, just want to see what else you're saying. Okay, so let's go over the different textures here. So right here, I have fine, wavy texture hair for extensions. These are all 100% Remy, one donor, one cuticle direction hair, but different textures, different colors. So, however, there's no product in this. No product. It's not greasy. It's still really light and airy. I can put my finger right through it if I want. Again, I didn't put anything. This is just a straight air dry with clarifying shampoo and then following with the follicle filler treatment. Let's see if I'm missing anything here. Uh, I just want to make sure. Okay, so again, then I have another texture. It's a medium curl. So with this one, I've treated it with, actually, this is interesting. So believe it or not, this hair has been used with 4 installs. This is when I get into the truth of follicle filler. 4 installs on this hair. So my client, we did an invisible weft for her. This is a weft. This is 4 uses. This is 4 in. See how it still is just lustrous with the follicle filler. So every time we would take out, I would treat her hair, treat this hair with the follicle filler. And again, we can go another time. We could just keep going if we wanted. However, all hairs has a you know an expiration, but this definitely helps for easier management for them. That they're better to take care of their hair and it lasts longer. And also, again, good quality hair. But I mean, when I tell you this follicle filler is no joke, this is 4 installs. So this hair is almost, I want to say, at least a year, maybe almost a year and a half old. And it still looks gorgeous because, again, good product don't lie. So I just want you to see that. Can you see? Can you guys see? So when I did do this, I did this the twist method, like I showed with my girl here. I did the follicle filler and I twisted with this type of curly extension hair. see a new chat. I see a new thing come in. Let's see here. Okay, so now this is another one. I'm gonna use this scenario as if this is relaxed hair, relaxed and color treated as well. So I have, again, for a lot of the people who do relaxers for their clients, I'm going to say this is, more like a relaxed type of texture. It still has a little texture on it. But again, it also has some lift in it as well. But again, I pre-treated this with follicle filler. And I didn't put any serum in this. There's no detangling in this. This is straight clarifying first and doing the full steps of the follicle treatment. So again, as you see, and I can't stress this enough. I can't express this enough. With Lasio, they include all textures when they make certain things in mind for hair. When they create a product, they have all in mind for it. Whether you have super fine hair, color treated hair, baby fine blonde hair, wavy hair, color treated hair, tight, coily, extremely textured, high dense hair. It doesn't matter. Like, you're going to be able to service your client with confidence and not think, oh, is this product, for my type of client? Yes, it is. And you know how? Because I service every type of hair strand myself, whether it's color, whether it's keratin, whether it's, a treatment. You always want to go with a brand that is going to be able to give you variety for a different variety of clients. And that's what, especially now in this day and age, people are really watching how they spend. They're watching on what type of service they want to maybe invest in, because it might be that service that they may only get, they may go down to three to four services a year versus what they used to do. You may used to see them 6 times or more in a year, but now people are getting really, conservative with the spending. So if you're when they do come to you, it should be, something that is going to be high valued, that they're going to be able to really walk away and know that they have invested in something, and they've actually, spent time with something that they know is going to be beneficial, and they feel great, just as great as they did coming in as they did, with them leaving. So again, let's see. Shelly or Nina has put in the links to where you can click for the product. So if you see on the chat, you can click there and it will take you directly to the website for the product as well. And feel free to call. There is a customer service number that you can, speak to an actual representative from Lasio. They're really helpful in everything with their current clients, which is me, that I've been with them forever. They're used to hearing my voice, or even people who are going to be coming in that's new. So let's see. I'm sorry. So if you guys have any questions, also let me share my my Instagram for any one of you who wants to follow me, and it is yourstylist1 I'm sorry, excuse me, styleinfinity.inc on Instagram. So again, that's styleinfinity.inc. That's my IG. Again, that's styleInfinity.inc. So again, I just want to thank you all for joining us and sitting in and getting some information on the follicle filler from Lasio. And I hope to see you all again when we tune in for another time. And God bless you all. And I hope to see you again soon. Thank you.